Welcome back. We're locally Louisiana, and today we have a very special guest with us. Today it is Executive Director Susannah Burley from Soul Nola. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, got a quick question. So how did your organization get started? Can you give us a little bit of details about your organization?
Sure, we started in June of 2016, and since then we've planted almost 9,000 trees. We launched because I had a certain strategy in mind that I wanted to apply to the reforestation of the city. And so, yeah, we launched in 2016 to get that underway, and we have an opt-out methodology. So we plant entire neighborhoods at a time. And we snail mail people a letter and leave them a door hanger. And then if they don't want to participate, they just simply opt out by calling or texting. And it's really easy. And that way we've proved in Old Algiers, Riverview, and Pontchartrain Park that this is a strategy for us because we've planted the entirety of those two neighborhoods.
Okay. So if they don't reply via text or, or whatever, do you just show up and just put a tree in their yard?
We do, us and about 100 volunteers.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So why are trees?
But it's on the right of way between the sidewalk and the street.
Okay.
So why are trees so important to the environment?
Well, they do a lot of work for us. They absorb stormwater, so they're essentially sponges. They also act as a carbon sink, cleaning our air for us. Our state tree, the bald cypress, for example, can drink 880 gallons of stormwater per day. So when we plant an entire neighborhood with water-loving trees that are native, we can change completely how that neighborhood responds to a storm event. We are trying to help keep as much stormwater out of the drainage system as possible because we all know that we're living in a bowl and it's hard to pump that water out of here.
That makes so much
and we're
sense.
also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I say that makes a lot of sense. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and last summer, we had this unprecedented heat and drought, and we felt if you're at a house with a tree and you're at a house without a tree, where you're not going to be hanging out on the front porch or where you're not going to be stepping outside to take a walk and get some exercise. So we're really trying to change the quality of life for New Orleanians through reforesting the city.
Okay. Going back to something that you said in the beginning, you say you planted, since the start of you all's company in 2016, you all planted 9,000 trees. So what is the purpose of your organization, or what is the goal of your organization? Maybe I'll say that.
It's to reforest Orleans Parish so that we can be more resilient to climate change. We just work in Orleans because there's so much work to be done here, but people are responding really well. It's going better than planned. We're so excited to be a part of the change that we need to see in the city environmentally.
Well, that is fantastic. And I understand that you just received a wonderful grant.
Yes, so we partnered with a lot of other great local organizations here in Orleans Parish and with the Department of Resilience and Sustainability. That's part of the mayor's office, and they received $8 million, which will be split up between the partners, and that's going to allow us to plant 4,000 more trees than we would have before in the next 3.5 years.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, gosh, thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about this wonderful information. I hope everyone just gets involved because it sounds like Soul Nola is just fantastic, and we really need to help our environment. So thank you for coming on and talking to us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So before you go, how can people find out about you guys?
You can go to our website, soul.nola.org, and there is a button you can click to volunteer. We have a bunch of plantings coming up the rest of this month, February and March.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us again, and we really do appreciate everything that you're doing for our environment.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
So do you have a green thumb? Do you have a green thumb? Like, do you think if you planted one of these trees, would it grow?
Probably would. I'm gonna leave it up to the professionals.
You're just gonna let them show up, all 100 of them,
Right.
and plant them, and then hopefully they'll come water them
That's
too.
exactly right.
Because we like the shade.
Yeah. I mean, I love the organization. I love what they're doing. You don't think about it that deep. You just think, a tree is a tree, and it's just, okay, it's nice. I can actually say I actually pulled some of my trees because I didn't like them there. Now I'm going to put them back. So thanks to Soul Nola for helping me with that.
We need the sponge. I didn't know about the sponge factor.
Right.
I know about the shade. We all know about the shade.
Because we live in a bowl.
We live in a bowl. We need the sponge. We need the
That's
sponge.
a sponge.
Oh, man. Well, we have had a great time today, and we hope that you have enjoyed it too, and maybe learned a little something. I know I have learned an awful lot today. So thank you so much for watching the show. We would love it if you watch all of the other shows or follow us along on yourview.com, or you can watch us on the go if you download the app at watch.yourview.com.
That's right. And if you would like to be featured on the show, or you would just like to connect with us on social media, you can send us a message, or just simply follow us at Locally Louisiana.
Well, that is it for today.
That is it. And thank you all so much for joining us. We really appreciate you all watching. See you all next time. And until then, let's let the good times roll.
Roll.